Although most merges in Git are going to be simple, like the ones we just practiced, you're still going to run into some merge conflicts that Git can't resolve on its own. In these scenarios, Git will present you with the conflict and ask you how to handle it. Let's take a look at how that process works. Let's start by setting up a hard conflict for Git. We're going to do this by making two different changes to the same line in the same file. I'll run git branch. It looks like I'm still on foo feature, which is fine. Remember to use git checkout if you need to switch. I'll use nano to edit file 1, and we'll just make a simple edit. Then we'll commit that change. And check out the master branch. On master, we'll edit file 1, and we'll change the same line but in a different way. Then we'll commit that change, and we will try to merge. Similar to last time, we see that Git detects a conflict in file 1 and tries to auto-merge it. But this time it fails. That makes sense. Remember that we made two different changes to the same part of the file, and Git has no idea which one I really want. So now I'm going to have to tell it what to do. There are a few different ways that you can resolve a merge conflict, but the simplest is just to edit the conflicted file. Let's do that by opening up file 1 in our text editor. All this punctuation that's been added to the file are called conflict markers. The conflict markers show us where the conflict occurred during the merge, and also lets us compare both versions of the change to decide what we want to do with the file. The angle brackets indicate that this whole area is one conflict, and the row of equal signs is the separator between the two versions. The labels to the right of the angle brackets tell us which version is which. The top version is labeled head, and remember that head is a special term for the latest commit in the current branch, so we know that this is the change we made in master. The bottom version is labeled foo feature, so there's no question where that change came from. Now that we're in here, we need to decide how to resolve the commit. We have a few options. We could simply remove the conflict markers like so. This would let us keep both sets of changes. In some cases this is useful, but in this particular instance it seems a bit redundant. We could just delete the change from foo feature, overriding whoever made that commit. Or, if we think both changes had merit, we can combine the two somehow, perhaps like this. The point is that Git is totally relying on us to figure out how the merge should be resolved, and will accept whatever we tell it is the right solution. I like this last example, so we're going to stick with it. Let's save the file. We've resolved the commit, but we have to let Git know that it's been taken care of. Remember in the last video where Git automatically created a commit for its merge resolution? We need to do the same thing. Let's add our change to the staging area, and then run git commit. Notice that Git knows we're resolving a merge conflict and has already prepared a useful commit message for us. If we want to add more details to this message, we can, but I think this is okay. Let's make the commit and enjoy the results of our merge. Handling merge conflicts manually may seem like a messy process, but it's essential when you're doing a complicated merge to make sure that all of the right changes end up in the final product. Let's practice resolving a conflict. With enough experience, you'll be able to resolve conflicts like this one with ease.